It scares me.
It does. TBS News.
All right, the news today brought to you by Dukovich Financial. They help you with important decisions. Listen,
retirement decisions
again today, huh?
Retirement decisions.
Oh, really? Yeah, right, sure. I'll settle for death.
Everybody.
Oh, man. My stomach don't start feeling better.
Oh, no.
I knew you were sick. I could tell just by looking at you.
My stomach has been messed up for about 4 months now. It's okay, we'll be fine.
I've been able to sleep. They
We'll
haven't
do
called it bait.
Old house trends making a comeback first.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay, man.
Say good morning to everybody, darling.
Good morning, everybody. Is your name Darling?
Hey, what's that Pittsburgh Beautiful again, Chris? Twitter.
It's just Pittsburgh Butte, B-E-A-U-T.
P-I-T-T?
Yeah. Pittsburgh, yeah.
Okay.
B-E-A-U-T.
Okay.
This is Ron Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. We're often contacted by people who are shopping for price via phone or online before actually going out to
You gotta
buy.
say that louder.
We're happy to
Fun
do that
today.
Oh, yeah.
because we can save you hundreds of dollars.
Hey,
over
we're almost
national
home.
brands. But price alone means nothing. What are you getting for your money? How good of
Dr.
the quality
Vactor
and support of the mattress?
taped today.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we sell value. What is value?
That is a good
Value
thing.
is a combination of price and quality.
Okay.
A manufacturer can make and sell a mattress for almost any price. After all, removing components and using cheaper materials does lower the cost, but it also compromises quality. So the price may be low, but the actual value will be even lower. When you shop in our store, we show you the value, the quality that you can see and touch. Buying
Lauren, say that
price
again.
alone
What
is
about
not
Accent Homes now?
cheap is cheap.
Homes with what?
Old house trends making a comeback.
Check them out at an original mattress store near you and experience more than just a mattress store.
You'll like this
Experience an
one.
original.
I like
You like
all
old houses. I love old houses.
You guys do all good stuff.
Dr. Michael Vactor, DC, your natural weight
I missed
loss and
Nan this
diabetes
morning.
solution.
Who?
Nan Cohen.
Oh.
Periods of snow.
I love
This
Nan.
afternoon, 2:37.
Love Nan.
Will be cloudy later tonight after a total accumulation of 1 to locally 3 of them with rain. We hit 60
Who was telling her?
on
Who was the
Monday.
lady?
Cheryl.
Weather, I
Cheryl.
meteorologist.
Is she
Bill
marketing
Decker on
or
NewsRadio.
She's the marketing person.
Yeah.
The following is
Okay.
paid for by Property Divas
Here we go.
LLC.
Pittsburgh.
Information on the
I'm
program
ready.
is intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio 1020 KDKA
Lord,
does
this
not
is
guarantee
gone.
the accuracy of any of the information aired on the following program. These are the people, the movers
It's going
and
to
the
be a long
shakers,
hour.
the businesses, the people you know in your community who
This is
make
gonna be a long
Pittsburgh
hour.
work.
No, it's
This
not.
is Pittsburgh
got
Works
the- you got
on the
the-
voice of Pittsburgh.
the magic
News
man
Radio
here.
1020.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Pittsburgh Property Diva Lauren Klein is here. Chris Klein in studio. They're live to Facebook. If you love old homes, guess what? They're making a big comeback, and that's page 1 of Pittsburgh Property Diva. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Rob. I'm always glad to see you. And I have some old house trends that are making a comeback. I pulled a couple of my favorites, and I know you're going to like this because I know you like old houses.
I do.
I know. They have so much charm and so much character, and I think what people are seeing are some of those old trends come back even in new construction. So the clawfoot tub, I know you remember that.
Yes, I do.
People love the clawfoot tub.
I know.
And I have some people who are building new construction and actually, instead of doing the deep jacuzzi tub, they're
claw
doing
tubs.
they're doing a clawfoot tub and separate then from their stand-up fancy shower. But the clawfoot tub is very charming.
Think about these houses. By the way, Coldwell Banker, Murraysville, she is their Babe Ruth. They love her because she is so committed to helping you, the client, and obviously buyer and seller come together. But ceramic tile and plaster, I mean, these are the things together. But ceramic tile and plaster, I mean, these are the things that hardwood floors, why people are embracing this whole thing all over again.
Yes, I think people are bringing the charm and the romanticism back to their housing. Built-in details. Do you remember in the old houses where everything was kind of built in, especially in the dining room?
Yes.
You know, they built-in china closets next to the windows
Well, I
and in the
forgot about
corners.
them.
I love those.
Yeah.
Like when I go to like Regent Square and Edgewood, to show houses. Forest Hills, they have a lot of built-in detail, and people are really liking that in their newer houses now. Transom windows. You know, the windows that go across the top of the doors and the other windows, they were originally used for extra ventilation, but now they are just kind of aesthetic, pretty, let more light in, and
So let me ask you something. Are they buying these as were and fixing them up, or already restored, or a little both?
Both. But the transom windows too are really, really pretty in the older houses, and you don't have to put any window treatment on them because they're so high up, can't see anything.
Yeah.
But they let the light in, and it's really pretty. Laundry chute. Everybody who's building new construction now, laundry chutes went out for a while.
Yeah.
But now,
They're
I
back.
mean, who wants to carry their laundry around, especially if you have to, if you have a main level laundry and all the bedrooms are upstairs? We have ours send it right down into the laundry room so that you don't have to carry the laundry, all over the place. But I don't know why that trend ever ended, to tell you the truth, because we all like to do laundry. It's a necessary evil, but lugging the clothes around is no fun. Interior French doors. I happen to love, like going into master suite. Some have glass going into a den or an office or a sitting room. I like them going into a master bedroom, but they are very sweet, and they are coming back. I don't know why they ever left either, but here's one I could do without, and it's the spiral staircase, only because I have vertigo so bad.
Do you?
I do. And when I actually showed a house a couple weeks ago with a spiral staircase, and
So
boy,
what happens if that's like a deck on the second floor, like 50 feet in the air? You
Yeah.
don't really kind of go out there.
I wouldn't.
Wow.
I wouldn't. But spiral staircases, I used to think when I was younger that they were really super cool, and as I got older, not only are they're dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little clumsy, but
You like
I have-
multitask sometimes
right.
too much.
Yeah, you can't carry your laundry down the spiral staircase for sure. But I think that, they look really, really nice. But I think for me, I'm not into spiral staircases because I can't see straight. So
You think it's just because, and I get that way too, that our minds are just processing too much and we can't focus on what is in front of us, like a step
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, well then you're going in steps in a circle.
Right.
And sometimes it's a pretty tight circle. You know those little spiral staircases?
Those steps didn't work in Gone with the Wind, so why would they work now, Listen, we got to take a break, but I want everybody to know that what she's talking about, if you have some questions about this, and if these type of homes are on the market, where you live, what you're looking for, or maybe you are wanting to get the home up for spring market, we really love to engage you, the callers, so please get on the phone right now at 866-391-1020, or you can join the Pittsburgh Property Diva by sending a note to Dollar Bank Instant Access at KDKARadio.com. We'll be right back.
Never stops. NewsRadio 1020.
Say hi to your Instagram fans.
Hello everybody, good morning.
Don't forget to say hi to Peggy.
I won't.
Maybe you.
I won't forget to say hi to Peggy.
Okay.
As soon as I get on in the next segment, I'm going to say hi to Peggy.
Okay.
Um,
Live on Facebook. Did
there
you-
are,
Did you get through all of them?
no,
No.
no.
So you're taking Dr. Wong out today, huh?
Dr. Wong, oh my gosh, is he a cutie? Wait, I can't see you.
I
That
know.
drives
He's
me
a
crazy.
unique guy, isn't he?
He's so kind. He and his son are going out to do drive-bys today.
Good.
But I was emailing him, I think at like 5:30 this morning.
I
He
know.
emailed me at 11:30 last night. I think he worked all night.
He texts me every Saturday
Really,
at 3 o'clock in the morning for
He's
about
precious.
10 years.
really. Just to tell you have a good day.
Yeah, he's
have
a
a
good,
good show.
man. I
Yeah.
really like him a lot.
Yeah, he's very kind. So yeah, he's looking for a house for his son, and they're going out to just do drive-bys today. But I did find him some really nice really nice
Does
options.
he live near you?
He lives, I think, in Irvine.
That's not. That's out here next to the
Oh yeah, it's not far from me at all. Not far at all. And he said he didn't know that I was so close in the Murraysville office. He thought maybe I was in the north, but. Sold a house this morning at 6:30.
Oh, good for
Are you
you.
doing Facebook Live while doing Facebook Live?
No, Instagram. I'm experimenting with it. Oh, they do? Yeah, but you can only do it on your phone. You gotta hit stories and then you go live. So, we had 3 people watching, which I started ramping her Instagram page in the last week and a half. I had no idea what it was like. Facebook loves Facebook Live. Yeah. They want people to do it. Yeah. We're also quiet.
Come on, Lauren on only so many portals here, you know. Radio, Instagram, Facebook.
I'm doing important stuff here, Brock.
There's a button you have to push over there for me to hear what you say.
Oh, what button is it? The newsroom button? Newsroom?
I guess. Is it not?
I don't know.
Should say K producer or KPDRC.
PDCR.
What the heck?
Can you hear us now?
How about that?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
I'm leaving that off.
Can you hear me when I talk into your headset?
Yes, I like to.
Here we go, guys.
I'm gonna turn
Here we go.
you off, bro.
All right, we are back. Lauren Klein, Pittsburgh Property Diva, talking about, for those of you who love our homes and those accents that makes them so special. So we've got some more on those. And then still to come, we'll be talking more about what's happening in the market right now. But also, if you've had a wet basement, and let's face it, the last couple of days have been pretty treacherous as far as a lot of flooding in our region, she's going to help you with that too. But let's get back to some of these older houses with a whole lot of charm. Go ahead.
Before I get started, I need to say good morning to Peggy. Good morning, Peggy. Thanks for listening. And I owe David a phone call from last week. I just had a very busy evening week this week, and he works nights, sleeps during the day, and needs a phone call after 5. And I was out every day after 5 this week. So David, I apologize, and I'm going to give you a call today. Fireplaces in every room. I think this is super romantic. And I'm a romantic person, so fireplaces, especially in the older houses, were really common in the dining room and all of the bedrooms upstairs. I remember a house I had listed down in Regent Square on Biddle Avenue that had, I think, 12 fireplaces in it. It was huge. There were these beautiful little fireplaces in all the rooms, and it was just lovely. So I'm seeing a lot of fireplaces in master suites right now, and 2-sided fireplaces like in kitchen and dining room, or kitchen and family room, where you can see the fireplace from both sides. It's really pretty.
Nice.
Lovely. Oh, this is the one I saved for last, and I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me on this. But the open floor plan kitchen, dining room, living room is very popular, and people love that open concept feel. But in this article I read, separate kitchens where they're very cozy and kind of separated from the rest of the house, not lending so much to entertainment, but more bringing families together to sit and eat and not have the distractions of TV and all the other stuff going on. So separate kitchens that are a little bit cozier and foster that family time are looking to make a comeback. I don't know if they will or not, but in this article I read, separate kitchens were coming back.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we Italians always had the kitchen in the basement too. That was the one you cooked in.
Well, at my grandmother's house, the kitchen and the dining room were all one room. So, you know, we would sit in the kitchen while she cooked, and then she'd turn around and put it on the table. So there was no separation. We weren't allowed to watch TV while we ate.
No.
We just sat and ate and talked, and you know, as my pap got older, he would insist on eating at 4 o'clock, and we had to watch Judge Wapner. And then I think the Wheel of Fortune. But that was a time for everybody to just kind of sit and relax and eat. And my parents both worked, and we had dinner together every day. After at 5 o'clock or 5:30, dinner was on the table. We
The same
ate.
time every day.
Same time every day, and it was very nice growing up like that. And I can't say that I've done it. I did it. My kids are older now, but and now I don't cook, so no, nobody eats together because
Well, you know what? Why do all that if they're not? I mean, and you're not the only one. That's
well,
norm today.
Yeah, it is, and I think when the kids are younger, and you know, it's very important. But as they get older and they have school activities and they have jobs, and you know, we only have one left at home right now, so, and she's very busy with work and school activities and getting ready to graduate. But that dinner time is very special, and especially when they're little.
What about high ceilings? They kind of come with these houses, you know.
They do. Well, in new construction, you are seeing the higher ceiling, and they do give that room some breathing space. But in the older houses, you know, in the houses that are like 30, 40 years old, the ceilings are pretty standard height. In the older houses, they're nice and high, and then in the newer houses, they're higher than the standard height. But I like high ceilings.
You know, there are a lot of people now. I'm a little older now, so you know, you look towards the ranch or the split level, but there are people that really love that 2 separate living quarters. You know, the upstairs and the downstairs. I mean, and when you have smaller kids and especially teenagers, that's a good thing.
I think so too. And then a lot of times I'm seeing people put their teenagers in the basement, just so that they have their own space. But yeah, if your house can accommodate that, I like the separation between the kids and the adults.
Can you imagine us telling our parents, "Look, I need my space."
My mom would have laughed in my face.
Yeah, my dad said, "Guess where your space is in the front yard? You can move right now."
That's right.
Come on, I need my space.
I need my space. No, my bedroom was right next to my parents' bedroom. Like, our doors were right next to each other. So
Something else my dad could never figure out: renting a facility to store your stuff.
oh, I see it. I see it all the time.
And people have to. I mean, that's the nature of the world we live in today. But to our parents, that was just like,
Oh no, you would never do that.
No.
You'd put it in the garage and park outside, but you wouldn't rent a space to
No.
put your stuff.
No.
Nope. So that's all I have on older.
you think a lot of
Housing
that,
trends.
a lot of that, Lauren, has really developed because of this resurgence of city living. Do you think?
I do, and people are taking the existing older structures and making them all fresh and beautiful and modern, but still holding on to a lot of that old charm, like the tall baseboards and the crown molding, and the big windows and the transom and the high ceilings. So you can make those older houses look really, really gorgeous, and there are flippers out there doing it all over the city.
And you know, there are some people, now me, I was not at one time a big believer. When there was that in-house construction going on, it could kind of drive me crazy, because I mean, I'd walk around with a dustpan. But there are some people that actually thrive, and this is like therapeutic for them. You
Yes,
know?
I'm not one of those people.
No.
I don't like any kind of chaos, especially at home, because life is, you know, chaotic enough for me, I think. But I don't like that whole.
It's hard to interrupt your life.
Yeah, I don't like that whole construction zone thing going on while I'm living somewhere. And some people, you're right, they really do kind of thrive on it, and you know, it's normal.
What are some of the, and by the way, this might be a good topic for people to jump in on it, 866-391-1020, $20 bank instant access, KDKRadio.com. What are some of the definite no-nos if you want to sell your house and you have one of these older homes that you might definitely want to consider getting it taken care of before you put it on the market?
I think the big things, your mechanicals,
Right.
okay, a lot of them have boiler heat,
Right.
which I really like. But with the boiler heat, a lot of them don't have air conditioning. So, and you know, the weather can be, it can be really hot here. There's a way to put the central air in houses
With boiler heat.
with boiler heat.
Right.
It can be expensive, but sometimes that's really worth it. And obviously your big things like your roof, your windows, the expensive things, if you haven't taken care of those that make the house a home, I would take care of those things first and then worry about your miscellaneous, cosmetics after that. And cosmetics are just as important. You want it to be clean. Everybody likes neutral, even though that's a little bit boring. But it's easy to show. It's easy to photograph when it's neutral and decluttered. So all of those things are important when you're going to list a house.
All right, we're still going to be talking about water in the basement, but just to kind of, no pun intended, whet your appetite. Boy, that's a miserable problem to have. Huh?
I got so many calls
Erin
yesterday.
had some issues. I saw up on Facebook. Your assistant had some issues too.
Oh, she did. She had a flooded basement. It's terrible. It's terrible, this weather.
So you obviously have a lot of people that can fix that for folks. So the great thing about having a professional Coldwell banker like her is when you run into a lot of these problems, you're in the transition, she can kind of save the day. So there's a lot of good stuff that comes with her, and you can reach her at 412-628-8286. 1 minute to the break. How is it going with the spring market? You actually did a little movement this morning. I guess sold a house today, right?
I did. The 6:30 this morning. I got a signed contract in my email. So nice way to start the weekend. I got to cancel one open house I had scheduled for tomorrow. I still have 3 more. So I'll tell you about those after the break. And spring market is in full swing. Lots of excited people out there to buy and sell houses.
All right, now listen, if you have a question for her, I highly recommend that you get on the phone and give us a call. We're already halfway through today's program. It is 866-391-1020, 866-391-1020. Dollar Bank Instant Access, KDKA.com. Rest of the day goes like this. Dr. Ray, Nutrimo Studios. Next hour, that 20-pound guaranteed weight loss, Nutrimos.com. And then it's the guys from True Value, Andy and Mike, and then AAA East Central talking travel. And then we wrap up today with drvactor.com, Dr. Michael Vactor. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pittsburgh Property Diva, Coldwell Banker out of Murraysville. She is Lauren Klein. Back with more in a moment. Good morning.
Travel at 25. AAA Travel invites you to celebrate 25 years of their weekly KDKA show.
What are you doing next?
I'm going to do exterior color palettes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then we'll finish up with a little bit of wet basements. I had leaky roofs. I had wet basements this week. Lots of people upset. It's just no fun.
Yeah.
And it's so unpredictable. You just never know when something like that's going to happen. And these poor kids that I had ready to launch on Friday called me on Thursday night at like 9:30 and said around the chimney in their living room, their fireplace, and right around that leak. So
Which house was this?
on Edgewood Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that in?
In Level Green.
Oh, in Level Green. Okay.
Trafford.
Yeah. Well, they just have to. They gotta get it fixed.
Yeah, and Dave from NASCO went out yesterday. Dave, my NASCO roofing, my go-to guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
For roofing, call David Nasca.
For roofing, call David NASCO. He's awesome. He was out there yesterday. Got it all sorted out.
Well, now it's supposed to start snowing around noon.
I can't
Oh,
wait.
jeez.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. 1 to 3 inches.
Bowser Subaru is yours. Shop at
No, but
Bowser
if you're
Subaru
driving out there,
anytime, anywhere,
and when we were driving in,
Probably go to line 2 first.
Oh, we got a bunch of calls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something actually worked.
Go last.
Thanks, man. What do you mean when you're driving out there? What now?
when you're driving out there, be careful because I was when we were coming in. The roads they look completely dry, and they just for the most part are.
Must be getting old.
But if you go,
That's very tiny.
if you go,
What I do when I
He
can't
talks
see.
to her more in 1 hour than he talks to me all
I
the time.
know it's so distracting.
I know,
I'm just
it's
trying
like,
to tell you,
shut
if
up,
you
I'm trying to pay
see
attention.
a little wet spot, be careful because I slipped on the road on these wet spots as they're freezing over.
Well, I gotta get this belly straightened out.
Hey, Chris. They working.
Remember that website if you have a loved one in a nursing home. Hi, this is attorney Carl Zachariah of the other law firm of Zachariah.
This works, but the last person was here had a really big head. It was you.
Tommy Yakovic.
It's working here.
Mine works.
You know, who are you to judge other people? Hey, man, will you go get me a ginger ale?
No. He's not very nice to you, bro.
That's okay. I'm used to it. I don't mind. Hey, you gotta.
I know. I'm the guy that gets some coffee.
I would bring you
You know what? Other
ginger ale.
producers are like,
That's all.
I'll take a coffee if you get a chance, Brock.
Okay, I got a one. Can you spot me a one and I'll give it to you tomorrow?
I have no cash.
Okay, man.
Here, give me this.
Okay.
I think they can use a card.
Okay, thanks, man.
It's a $5 ginger ale, by the way.
Yeah, it's gone up ever since Entercom's taken over. How many calls we got here?
Oh, I got two. Penn Hills.
You want a coffee?
Give me 2 ginger ales, man. That way you can.
You know what? You don't have to get me one. If you decide you want to, that would be wonderful.
Do you want creamer in it?
No.
Straight black.
Yeah. Don't say anything.
What? Oh, I just said straight black.
I know. That smile.
No, he knows he's not talking to you.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I'm here sitting by myself.
Right.
You gotta put the camera on him. He's too much.
You know what? I'm gonna, if I can ever get.
And that's
this
another
in,
reason too.
Yeah.
I get it. Yes. Doesn't matter anymore. You took it all.
Oh my God.
I'm just praying for that final pain.
Protocol was not followed.
Oh my God.
Information was not provided to the Miami field office.
This didn't
No
really
further
happen.
investigation.
This breaks my heart on Valentine's Day, my favorite day of the
I
year.
know, it's so
So sad.
It's
I
almost
just-
like it didn't even happen. It's so hard to believe. It just keeps happening.
It just breaks my heart.
Oh, and then you have the then you have the copycat kids all over the country and schools getting locked
You know what they
down.
need to do? These kids need to live with my dad for about a week.
Yeah.
Oh, they need to live with my dad for
Let me
about
tell
a
you
week,
something.
too.
Yeah.
He'd be pounding on him.
Yeah.
And that was on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I love the way my parents raised us. They were so consistent. And if you asked my mom a question and she said no, and then you went to ask my dad, his first question would be, did you ask your
Hold on,
mom?
guys. Hold on. KDKA, what's your name?
Good morning, Chris in Denver, listening in on the TuneIn radio app. I just kind of had a response to the question that the panel posited on some things that you can do to help improve
Pittsburgh real estate. So if your residential or commercial property tax is too high,
the biggest one we have.
right now, call Pittsburgh's
But I think updating,
Is what?
412-650-59.
especially with respect
Okay,
to
Chris.
callers.
Chris, we'll get to you. Hold on, sir. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
BOOTAY Bevington.com. Representing clients throughout Western Pennsylvania. Call 412-650.
I'm not going to interrupt him. Yeah,
When he
guys
said
calling
it's
from
his
Denver. God bless him.
That's yeah.
And that's when I usually throw in one of these.
Yeah.
Really?
I was like, what's he doing?
I'd let him breathe and I let him breathe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I realized then when I saw that smile on your face.
I'm telling you, this show, look at this, man. This is pretty good.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that, well, we have 4 people on the line, but the interesting thing is
That's a testament to you, Lauren Klein.
is that, yeah, you see that, huh?
Because they like talking to you.
Well, what I didn't realize is that people actually do listen on that radio.com. And, I mean, this
Chris,
guy's in Denver
listen
listening
to
on the
me.
radio.
I love
yeah.
it.
I have more people talking about her, and your videos are incredible. I mean, they're absolutely
Thank you, Rob.
professionally done.
You are
We
you are
enjoy
proud.
doing them.
Listen, I know. I know. And it's just, I know.
I had to make her
Rob.
do yesterday. You should have seen
It was
her.
beautiful.
I was
It was
crabby
beautiful.
yesterday.
She was so crabby. I was like, let's go do your video. She was doing this whole thing.
You know how you can tell when you're crabby?
You can?
All the women in my life, you know how you can tell? their face just a little bit puffy. You know what I mean? When their face is a little bit puffy, my mom even, and it's beautiful, it's their beauty coming out, I go, they're tired.
Yeah.
Back off.
Notice how the lights were low yesterday.
I was puffy and fussy yesterday.
Puffy and
But I put my dog on my lap to do that one. And
But let me just tell you something.
He
Your
makes me happy.
videos, you and those videos are exquisite.
Thank you.
And that's right from the heart.
Thanks.
Radio 1020 KDKA.
The following is paid for by Property Divas
I got to
LLC.
wait for Andy.
These are the people
What?
who make
It's not
Pittsburgh
taking
work.
cards or fives.
This is
That's okay,
Pittsburgh
man. I'll wait.
on the
Just give me my
voice of
5. I'll
Pittsburgh.
wait. Oh, you're going when he comes. Okay, I got you, man. All right, we're back. We're going to go right to the phones. We got a busy phone bank here, Pittsburgh Property Diva. Let's go right now to Brad in Clarion. Brad, good morning, and welcome to the Pittsburgh Property Diva. Lauren Klein, Coldwell Banker, Murraysville. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Brad.
Hi. I wanted to let you know about a house we built up here in our area. They started out with a huge log. I don't know how tall it was for sure, but it must have been at least 20 feet high and big around. It must have come out of Washington, the state of Washington, one of the big redwoods or something, but it was just as smooth as could be. They took the bark off some way, and it was very smooth. And this is a unique house. They started with that log in the middle of the house, and then they built all around it a winding stairway all around that log up to the upper floor, and it is very rustic. And it's very a unique house.
A big spiral staircase on the outside?
No, on the inside.
On the inside.
This log is in the inside of the house, and the house is built all around it.
Oh, wow.
And this winding staircase, you wouldn't like to climb that.
No, I wouldn't. I'd probably tip over.
So anyhow, it is very unique and rustic, and it's one of a kind.
Well, that sounds really neat, Brad. Enjoy that.
Yeah, I was in it when they first started to build it. I haven't been in it since they finished it, but it's really something different.
Yeah, I'll bet. I haven't seen anything like that.
You know, I haven't either. So I wanted to pass that on to you.
Well, thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks, Brad.
Well.
You know, Brad lives in what they call God country. You know, I know a lot of people actually have second homes in Somerset County and Clarion County. Now, can you help people with that too, Lauren Klein?
In Somerset and Clarion, I don't do those counties, but if somebody called me and needed a referral, I could find an agent for them that would help them.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, let's get right back to the phones. And what do you say we head to Denver and get a question or two or three from Chris? Chris, how are you? Welcome to Pittsburgh Property Diva. How's it going?
Morning, Chris.
Good morning. The Denver market is, gosh, I don't know, probably the hottest in the nation.
Yes, you're right. It is. You're lucky down there.
We are just definitely on fire. I know that there's more so of a shortage within kind of like the suburban established neighborhoods. So there's a lot of outgrowth, especially in the airport, a lot of new subdivisions, a lot of millennials are buying these starter homes that are going to carry a lot less headache. You know, when you buy a home, especially in Denver, that was built in the 40s, and the 50s, and 60s, you know, you got to be equipped to handle positive a question on, you know, what are some big things you can do to help sell a home. Well, here in Denver, it's going to sell either way. The bidding wars are insane, even among a lot of fixer-uppers. But I'd say if you want to get the best price, I don't know how it is in Pittsburgh, but in Denver, the finished basement is a pretty ubiquitous feature. If you don't have a basement in Denver, I actually grew up in Portland, Oregon. Well, they don't have basements up there. It's just too wet. It's caused too many problems. They flood. But finishing your basement is probably number one. And number two, I'd say updating your appliances can be, in the grand scheme of things, kind of like a low-cost thing that you can do that can really improve the facade of things. But I'm seeing a lot of these appliances that are coming out in like olive green and all these weird colors.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. We did. We talked about like these unique colors that people are putting in their kitchen for in the appliances, and they have like turquoise and red, and We did talk about that. So I agree with you. I think new appliances are always a good idea, especially if the ones you have are in really beat up shape. And it is a nice improvement, and it does make everything look very sleek.
And we are going to talk exterior colors coming up a little bit. Hey, Chris, thanks for listening in Denver. Let's go to Vicky. Vicky's next up for the Pittsburgh Property Diva. Hey, Vic.
Hi, Vicky.
Both of you.
Good morning.
Thanks for taking my call. You know, you talked about water in the basement, the bane of my existence.
Oh, you and everybody else.
I remember as a child walking down into our basement, and the water was up to my knees and my thin little legs. It was just a nightmare. And what my dad ultimately did, and I know that people do it still today, is build a French drain around the house.
Yes.
And another thing I believe in, when I grew up, got older and got my own construction crew, I had a 25-person crew. What you do is you get a puddle sucker, and the minute that water touches that basement floor, those pumps go on, and you got to do that. You got to be prepared, and of course you have to have exit for the water that you're pumping out.
Well, I never heard of a puddle sucker. What's that?
Just that. That's what it's called.
A puddle sucker?
Puddle sucker. Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Is that like a sump pump?
No, a sump pump is another matter.
Okay.
A puddle sucker, as I said, you put it on the floor, and the minute that water hits that basement floor, it goes on.
Erin, if you're listening, my assistant had a flooded basement yesterday. Erin, if you're listening, I think you need to head out to Home Depot. You should probably go to Andy today, True Value, and get a puddle sucker.
You must do that. And there are other things, too. A sump pump is the way to go, but you have to be prepared. Don't wait until the water is in your basement.
Right. I'm totally with you, Vicki.
And I believe in the French trade, truly. And I'm sure you know about those of people who purchase a home. You have to find out, what is that basement? Why is it freshly painted? And there are all different, things that you have to deal with when you have water in the basement. But there's a couple of things that I mentioned, I think, are the way to go for people. But be prepared. That's all I can tell you. It's a nightmare. It'll ruin your life.
And
yes.
And by the way, we've been talking about HydroBlocks for many, many weeks now.
Right.
And I was just kind of waiting for our wonderful caller to kind of finish her thought before I jumped in and reminded everyone that that truly is an amazing product. And Andy will be here, and he can fill you in on all that coming up later today.
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I never heard of a puddle sucker, did you?
No, I can't say that I have. You just won't let it go.
Seriously.
Come on, Rob.
But the
Let it go.
HydroBlock, yeah, I learned something new every day. Thank you, Vicki.
Listen, when we come back, we're going to talk about those basements. We're supposed to get some snow later today, and with all the rain, the flooding, it's been incredible. And also, what color should you paint your house? What's your favorite color, by the way? Do you have a favorite color?
Black.
Really?
Yeah. Love black. And I like pink.
Purple's mine.
I like light pink.
Like kind of like Brock's shirt.
Exactly like Brock's shirt today. Light pink.
Or as we used to say in high school, it's shrimp. It's not pink.
It's shrimp.
It's shrimp.
It's shrimp.
Salmon, that's right, not shrimp.
No, it is definitely
Either
not
one.
salmon. Come on.
No, I think it's...
It's pink.
It is pink. We'll be back.
My Fentech shop.
Salmon.
Oh.
Such salmon.
Come on, Belly.
In my head.
Donation. Get two free. WinDonation.com.
Well, talking travel at 25 from KDKA throughout February.
Hey, Bam, could you print out my reads, bud?
Listen daily for your chance to win a travel coupon, which also enters you on a
I have no idea what a puddle sucker is.
I'm
busy
telling
doing
you.
nothing.
Listen, I just got a text from my dad.
Yeah.
I want to read this.
He's going to tell you.
Soldad, a Portuguese word meaning a pleasure you suffer, a pain you enjoy. That pretty much describes the experience of owning a home.
After the first few weeks of the new year, it's easy to
I
lose
miss
sight
my
of that
home.
resolution.
Oh my God.
CVS Pharmacy is here to help
I love
us
him
get
so
through.
much. We had
We
breakfast
know
on
hundreds of
Valentine's
choices
Day.
and
My
one of those
Your dad?
snacks and
my
beverages
mom
are
and my
vitamins
dad
and
and my
supplements, too.
nan
Listen,
Everything
and
when
me.
you lose them,
Don't.
All bets are
I
off.
can't even think
Listen,
about
it's
it.
like I'm still waiting for mine to come back.
That's one subject, Rob, that will reduce me to tears.
It is, and you know what? It gets worse.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Ralph. We're
It does.
this.
Oh, I'm not
looking
gonna
for a
lie.
good
Bring me
day.
a box of tissues.
Nobody. I'm truthful, man. It's painful, and it
I
doesn't get better.
cannot.
And you know what? You have these waves that it's fine for a while, then
Yes.
boom, or you'll pick the phone up to call them.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
I can't.
Your dad, you know what? And God bless my dad, but your dad's your dad, but your mom.
Listen, I don't know what I would do without without either of them because they make such a fun, crazy team.
It's hard, man. It really is. But that's just because the attachment of the love they have for you.
Yes, they were and they are excellent parents and excellent grandparents to my
I remember
children.
my mother had been dead for a while. Somebody was running an old VCR tape for her, and I could hear the audio in the other room, and it was just so surreal. You know?
Yeah.
To not know that really wasn't her. You know.
Right. Yeah, it's unbearable to me.
I mean, I had a huge family. I mean, I'm talking like 20 nieces and nephews.
How many
5
brothers and sisters do you have?
5 sisters.
5 sisters.
And I haven't seen any of them in years.
You were the only boy.
And I haven't seen any of my nieces and nephews. My kids, for 10 years, every day they were with me. 24, they were with me at work.
Yeah.
Coming your way, Robbie.
I don't see them at all, either.
I think you're getting your ginger ale. Oh,
No, that's something else.
you're getting a piece of paper.
All we have is the AAA read at 11:45.
But I tell you, they grow quick. How about them cute little girls of yours? And that picture you took. Those
Beautiful.
Yeah, sweet little
Aren't they?
girls.
Yeah.
Just
Growing up
gorgeous.
too quick. Don't make them grow up too fast.
No,
now.
they were so sweet last night.
They were.
had such a fun
Keep
time.
them in check, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, Julia is.
How's that coffee, Chris?
She's
Good stuff.
it's excellent. Thank
That's
you.
out of my personal stash.
Really? That's great.
What were you saying about Julia?
No, I was saying, Julia's she's a very grounded young lady. She really is.
She is.
Super grounded.
She is a wonderful young lady.
Surprises me all the time.
Yeah, she is very special.
This is Pittsburgh Works on the voice of Pittsburgh, KDKA.
All right, before we get to wet basements, a very popular topic. And don't forget HydroBlocks. HydroBlocks is the way to go. Let's talk about painting the outside of your house.
Okay, so I pulled 5 color palettes for the outside of your house. So if spring's coming around and you have a plan to paint the outside of your house, something new and exciting.
Okay.
I have 5 different palettes and there are 3 each. So I'll start with the first one. It's ivory, white, and aqua. Okay, so the aqua would be the front door and or the shutters. Okay, and it is. Listen, I was looking at it online.
Listen,
yesterday.
I trust your judgment.
It was
believe me.
lovely. Now there were some I didn't pull because I didn't like, but
Lovely.
But that's just me. I pulled what I liked. Okay, here's one that you'll like: aqua, royal blue, and crisp white.
Not necessarily an ivory.
I'm sorry, royal purple,
Well,
not
yeah,
royal
yeah.
blue.
I could do that.
Okay. Paint the front door an unexpected saturated hue like royal purple for a playful
Hue?
yet...
What's that?
Hue. It's a color.
Really?
Yeah, it's another word for color. Hue.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you learn something new every day.
Every day, just like that. What was it? A sucker pup?
No, a puddle sucker.
Puddle sucker.
Would you just let that go?
Yeah, honey, I never heard of that in all my years.
And you'll probably never hear it again.
47 years, I never heard of that, okay? Cool green, butter yellow, and pure white are another palette. Slate gray, white, and deep turquoise. That's the one that I really liked. It was really,
You know,
really
your
pretty.
husband does such amazing videos. And I'm just looking at this Pittsburgh Beautiful page. All these things that you do, and not that you need more to do, but you should go out and try to seek and find some of these houses and do your video magic that have like a royal purple door,
Yes.
or aqua, and obviously get permission or do a drive-by or whatever. But
We should.
yeah, that stuff you almost have to be able to see, and you could take people from this audience to your incredible audience on Facebook. Because honest, nobody does videos like you two.
Yeah, and you almost have to see it to
Understand
feel how
it.
pretty it is.
I mean, because if someone would say, I'm going to paint this front door purple, you'd go, what?
What?
But it
Yeah.
would work.
I remember when I was growing up, there was a big house that was built at the top of our street. They knocked down this really old house and put up this new, very modern, well, it was modern then, but it's not modern now, all white brick with a bright purple door. And we were all like, oh my God, did you see the front door? Did you see the front door? And it's still purple. I'm almost positive it's still purple, the house right at the top of our
dirty
street.
purple.
It's a dirty purple, okay. Well, it's not a royal purple anyway, and that's what's in. I talked about slate gray, white, and deep turquoise. That was my favorite.
That's nice.
White, putty, taupe, and olive green. I know it sounds kind of creepy, but
Green's a big color, especially hunter green, olive green.
olive green, and this was another line, and it was very pretty. So there are tons of good, modern, fresh options for painting the outside of your house. And do a little research. Look at some magazines when you're at the, the Lowe's or the Home Depot or the True Value, and and do something that works with your house and the way that it's laid out, because there are lots of really, really pretty things you can do to make your house look fabulous in the spring.
All right, now let's go downstairs to the basement, and oh my.
Oh man, this weather is killing everybody. I had so many calls this week about wet basements and leaky roofs. I had a client on Thursday night. I was getting ready to list their house on Friday morning, and about 9:30 call comes in, and they had a leak around their chimney. So water's coming into the living room, and I had them call David Nasco, who is
Been on
one
this
of
radio
my
station with us before.
favorite roofers.
Good guy.
He was out there yesterday, looked at it, told them it wasn't a big deal, need to wait for the weather to clear up, but that he could handle it, and I could get that house listed and sold for them. So he was super helpful. In the basement, I think when we have clear days like this, if you go outside and you clean out your gutters, make sure there's no blockage. That's one way to make sure that the water's running off and out the downspouts so that it's not collecting near the foundation of your house. If you haven't had a French drain put in, maybe look into getting one if you have a chronic problem. And some people just have a problem when it rains really super hard, and sometimes it's chronic and it never stops. So there are lots of good products and lots of good contractors out there to do a French drain and sump pump. And then Andy has a great product at True Value that is called HydroBlock.
We're going to get him in here, right?
Yeah, bring him in. Andy, tell us about the HydroBlock real quick, so that this is one of my favorite new products, because I didn't know about it until Andy mentioned it to me, and I've passed it along to several clients in the last few months who think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Well, what HydroBlocks is, good morning, by the way.
Good morning.
Love your show, listen
you.
every week.
Thank you.
But what HydroBlocks is, it's a French drain substitute product. So for years, everyone would put in a French drain, use 4-inch pipe. You got to bring in an excavator or a contractor, dig a trench 2 feet wide, 4 feet deep, put in all this gravel, geometric fabric to keep the dirt out, put the pipe in and backfill it, and it collects water that is deep at the bottom of a foundation. The dilemma with regular French drains is it is rated as a 7-year life. At the end of 7 years, that French drain no longer operates because the pipe crushes, and it also gets clogged with dirt, sediment, rocks, and roots. Best case scenario for a French drain, when it is brand new, it carries 20 gallons of water per minute. That's the old school. Now new school. There's a product called HydroBlock. HydroBlock is a panel. It's 2 inches thick, it's 9 inches tall, and it comes in lengths, a 4-foot length or an 8-foot length. 90% of all water is surface water. It's not a spring. So if you have a spring, there's different scenarios. But when water is traveling to a house, It usually travels on the surface and it hits the house, travels down the foundation till it finds its least path of resistance and gets into the house. If you're lucky, it'll go all the way down to the French drain and maybe not go into the house. But chances are, even with a French drain, the water it takes forever to get down there and it goes into the house before it ever gets to the French drain. With HydroBlock, we install HydroBlock towards the surface. With the panels are only 9 inches tall, you're digging a 2-inch trench about a foot deep, inserting the panels. It collects the water and it moves it around the house. So it's very easy to install. Most people will install 100 feet of HydroBlock in about an hour, where a typical French drain 100 feet long is going to take you about a week to install. So it's very expensive, and with HydroBlock it carries 40 gallons of water per minute. It never clogs and it never crushes. It's considered a 100-year fix.
There you go, folks. You see, that's why we have it around.
That's amazing. So it's more efficient. It's also more economical.
And cheaper.
And it lasts for forever.
Forever.
I love it.
It's a great way to do it.
Thank you, Andy.
Protects your house. It's an underground gutter system.
And that's very important right now.
Yep. After yesterday.
After yesterday.
We're going to come back and wrap it up
Okay.
next.
Thanks, Andy.
I made 27 appointments just yesterday in 8 hours.
We hope you'll
Nice.
join us on President's Day,
Yeah.
where our annual
Love it.
presidential test will
Love
be
it.
Unbelievable.
So you got to put the salt away and get the HydroBlock
Until
out.
this afternoon.
Right.
I know. Until this
Right.
afternoon. Then it'll get
Not
it'll
the
snowy
salt,
all
the,
over again.
what
We're
is
not-
it?
we're not.
What do you put down instead of salt? What is that?
Oh, the magnesium.
Magnesium, yeah.
No, we still have some left. I need 1 or 2 more snows. But
Alright.
the weather, the rain was absolutely brutal.
It was.
It was awful.
Absolutely. The water even coming here, the frozen patches, the water running on the highways
Really
and
bad.
so forth. Even right here in front of Foster Plaza.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
It's careful.
Yeah, we were coming down the parkway from Monroeville. Everything's bone dry, and I hit this little patch that looked wet. It was, I've got an all-wheel drive Mercedes, and the car just, yeah.
Well, we're going to have to do something about where you sit next week. I got a neck ache.
That's right for you.
You got a neck ache.
Oh, trying to
I know, and I always like to see.
Even my store, it's been there 45 years.
Dr. Wong says that HydroBlock's works.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay,
It's an amazing
that's
product.
probably enough talking. Time to
If
get back
installed right,
to listening.
I had one customer holler at me yesterday because we still got water in.
by listening.
So I got to go look.
Mutual of
They just
Omaha
didn't-
Insurance Company
they just
and its
didn't
affiliates,
right.
Omaha, Nebraska.
That's the
Bob
sad
Massey
part.
Toyota's President's Day sales event is going on now. at
My
the
mom
North
says that
Huntington
front door is
location.
still
Bob
purple.
Massey, family-owned
I
and
couldn't remember. It's dirty purple.
A dirty purple front
Yeah.
door.
We love purple.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
Thanks,
You're
Andy.
welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, there was a guy that asked on Facebook if you paint your door a certain color, should you go with the same color inside? And I responded. I said you could go with the same color inside,
Not necessary.
but you want to
I
maybe
want
do
the-
a similar color.
Well, I want the inside of the door to match more the inside of the palette of the inside of the house.
Gotcha.
So if you want like a navy blue door, leave the other side that matches with the inside of the house.
Right.
Unless
Well,
it
would you do like a blue theme inside to match? Like a different, or just go in another direction
Just
if you
you can
want.
go in a completely different direction, but you want whatever the color of the front door is to complement the exterior colors of your house.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Diva.
Welcome.
Okay, Diva. We
Anytime.
got about 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to talk about my open houses.
You got it.
These are the people who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on the voice of Pittsburgh, KDKA.
All right, we are back. Just a couple of minutes left with the Pittsburgh Property Diva, 412-628-8286 if you'd like to reach her off the air. And she's got some open houses she wants to tell you about right now.
I do. I had 4 scheduled for tomorrow, but now I only have 3 because I sold one this morning, 6:30. So tomorrow, 2270 William Penn Highway in Churchill. It is a gorgeous stacked stone house right on William Penn Highway, conveniently located. It is stunning. And if you are around between 1 and 3, stop by to see my friend Heather. She is hosting that. And 42 Morningtide Court is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhouse that is beautiful. That's open from 1 to 3. And I will be sitting at 178 Urick Lane in Monroeville, priced at $249.9, 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. And that is 1 to 3. So if you are in the area, stop by and say hi.
All right, listen, we want to remind everyone that she is here every single Saturday from 8 until 9. We love spending time with you. PittsburghPropertyDiva.com is where you can find out more. And, of course, she represents that great brand that is Coldwell Banker. Her office is in Murraysville. Her husband's Pittsburgh Beautiful. You want to check that out on Facebook as well. About 500,000 people a week are checking it out, so why don't you? Have a great day, both of you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Bye.
All right, 412-628-8286. Stay with us because we've got the guy with that guaranteed 20-pound weight loss. He is Dr. Ray Wisniewski. He comes your way in moments on NewsRadio 1020 KDKA. Good morning.
Seating was paid for by
That was fun.
That was a good one. Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome,
I
guys.
hope you feel better.
Oh, I will.
Knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon.
Have a great
for
day,
any
everyone.
purpose
Thank
by
you.
any
So long,
member of the
everybody.
audience. NewsRadio 1020 KDKA does not guarantee the
Let's take a look at the
accuracy
bowels. Say goodbye to everybody, Brock.
Goodbye,
The voice from the sky.
Peace out.
Because get a shot of Brock in his salmon shirt.
We got it.
It's not salmon.
Thanks for watching, everybody.